Welcome to a special coffee with yours truly, Adrian Dragon, who is being reborn with every sip of coffee, every push up, every squat, every hawk, every dance move. Every marching step, every poem that I write, lyric for songs that I write, every food that I ingest, every sun ray that I take, every moonlight that I gaze upon, every starlight, feel this black, green earth. Was truly rebirthing as Adrian Dragan, Androgynous, founder of the dancing goddess, and the dragon empire, of which you can see the emblems right there. The goddess that dances with her brother the sun to make, create, and produce all halal fruits, vegetables, and legumes. By that dance, which our brothers and sisters harvest, in order for us to build, maintain civilization, artists, athletes, activists, build, maintain, or upgrade civilization. Hopefully, with this COVID right now, we'll upgrade it. And I believe that the dancing goddess and the dragon empire, which yours truly, Adrian Dragan, has founded, calling upon all willingly loving to support the mission, vision, and philosophy of the dragon and the dancing goddess empire, one empire under the sun and the stars on earth, cooperative, complementary, non-sectarian in all ways, spiritually, financially, socially, physically, non-sectarian, dancing goddess and the dragon empire. We are the Phoenix People's Party, the anti-war, anti-poverty, anti-racism, universal love, pro-love party, universal revolutionary centrist party, supporting the dancing goddess and the dragon empire, one empire under the sun and the stars on earth, for world peace, international security, global justice, and universal brotherhood and sisterhood of love. Truly, Adrian Dragan being reborn, Adrian Dragan. Thing that had COVID at the end of January, end of January until about February 20th, more or less. February 20th, it was about healed. And since then, with every step, every squat, every push up, every sweat, every tear, every pain, every breath, every second, and being reborn as yours truly, Adrian Dragan, androgynous pansexual founder of the dancing goddess and the dragon empire. Which you can see, of course, the red dragon on the black and the orange flag of the dragon empire, the emblem of the dancing goddess, or one, of course, by the Phoenix People's Party, which anthem will be simple. Children playing and laughing will be the anthem of the dancing goddess, the dragon empire. Dancing and laughing and playing, that's the anthem of the dancing goddess and the dragon empire. Children laughing, giggling and playing under the sun, under the stars, night, day, whenever. Just children laughing and playing will be the anthem. Could be a little bit of music, a little bit of a beat, rock, rap, techno, classic, whatever, mixed fusion, but mainly there will be no lyrics. So the anthem of the dancing goddess and the dragon emperor for the Phoenix People's Party will be children laughing and dancing and playing. Put myself a cup of coffee. I'm gonna do a little bit of discussion, meditation for the mission, vision, and philosophy of the dancing goddess and the dragon empire, which yours truly have founded during this COVID in a paradoxical, providential, parallel way. And this black coffee was created, made, and produced by the dance of the goddess with her brother the sun. One of my brothers and sisters somewhere in the world. Maybe Africa, maybe Asia, maybe a few thousand miles down south in Latin America or Central America. It's harvested for yours truly to be able to drink this coffee, meditate. I got water, I gotta thank my friend, oftentimes teacher, the one I love and call sister, who to that trinity of sister, friend, teacher as the fourth dimension, anonymous, for the moment only, and financial sponsor who provided the filters for me to drink cleaner, healthier, pure water, and thus a cleaner, purer, healthier coffee. I should be blessed 77-fold. That's all my allies, armies, and supporters. May you be blessed with health, wealth, joy, regeneration, healing. In my name, Adrian Dragan, Captain General of the armies of the Dragon of the West, for world peace with the East, Priestess H-A-N-H, and the Priestess of the Goddess. Do not look and judge over my face. Androgynous soul reincarnated, dreams of past lives in the temple of the goddess Artemis and Isis, and that one they called Athena, Ishtar, and all the names they wanna. She's the one that dances the moon under the sun with a brother. All my allies, armies, and supporters, my name Adrian the Dragon, maybe you be blessed with, be able to do millions of dance move, millions of dances, millions of push-ups, squats, hawks, marching steps, loves, joys. My name. Stir, 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 stir. Stir, stir, no, yes, sir, yes, yes, sir, no, stir, yes, sir. Stir, 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 more, sir. What is the mission, vision, and philosophy of the dancing goddess and the dragon empire? Which I'm calling all willingly living to support the mission, vision, and philosophy thereof, for world peace, international freedom, global justice, and universal love, and attaining harmony between civilization and nature. It is simple, direct, centrist, not fascist, not communist, no communism, no fascism, extremism, non-sectarian, 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 in value and philosophies, in attitude, calling upon all ALL willingly loving, local, national, and international, to support, join, and advocate for your sweet and honor dragon's mission of world peace, global freedom, international justice, and universal love. By the dancing goddess and the dragon empire on one empire under the sun, and the Phoenix People's Party, the anti-war, anti-poverty, anti-racism, pro-love, universal, revolutionary centrist party. Calling on the creation of the International Integrated Dance League, integrated in that will be an all-gender inclusive, all sexual orientations. Myself, I'm of course pansexual, bisexual, rainbow, dragon, priestess Hana. The International Integrated Dance League, integrated in that will be all gender, all sexual orientation, all the inclusive and cooperative dance league with a purpose, social justice purpose, environmental purpose, to organize mass dancing events across the world, locally, nationally, and internationally, for the mass financing of the cleaning of the oceans, rivers, waterways, lakes, forests, and so on, to attain civilization, harmony between civilization and nature. Calling on specifically my brothers and Well, it's a patriarchal sports leagues are dominated by men, of course, by patriarchal mostly. They are women's sports leagues, but they don't make even a small percentage of what male dominated patriarchal sports leagues make. You take a look at the NFL, National Football League, and I do love a look at a game of gridiron and football, National Hockey League, NHL, NBA, National Basketball Association, MLB, Major League Baseball, and European soccer. They make, of course, since 1984, have been making averaging salaries in the millions, hundreds of millions and billions, and hundreds of billions of annual revenue sports leagues. Not even close is a women sports league or integrated men, women, trans, gender fluid, androgynous like myself included sports league that exists in the world or that is even close to the financial. Sure, there are individual women athletes and sports figures who make, but very few comparison. You take the National Hockey League's average salary, average, and there's thousands of players, but the average salary is more than $6.6 million for the National Hockey League, right? The NFL is a few million, NBA is a few million, Major League Baseball is a few million, European soccer is a few million average. So I'm calling on all, especially specifically on the NFL, National Football League, NHL, National Hockey League, Major League Baseball, MLB, NBA, National Basketball Association, and European soccer to donate willingly loving not less than 50%, half. And they can dance to NFL players, NHL players, soccer players, to donate no less than half of all their financing to the International Integrated Dance League, aka the Dancing Goddess Army, for the purpose of attaining harmony between civilization and nature, to organize mass dancing events for the recreation, rejuvenation, and peace, world peace, international justice, global freedom, and attainment of harmony between civilization and nature. To organize mass dancing events led by yours truly, priestess, Son of the goddess forgotten, but still dances with her brother the sun and will dance after Adrian Dragan returns to the earth and the sky and the stars and the sun and the moon. Continue dancing with her brother and my children, citizens of the dancing goddess and the dragon empire, continue dancing in my name. For world peace. Complementary, corresponding, cooperative, parallel institution to the International Integrated Dance League, aka the Dancing Goddess Army, to be the International Citizen Integrated Social Security Force.
For the first time in many, many years, I'm going to get a little bit every month. I'm just happy because every time they put away, we just took away everything. Not much.
Yeah, that's great. Great news. A little bit of good news, I mean. Complementary institution The Dancing Goddess Army will be the Dragan Army, International Citizen Integrated Social Security Force, created from what I call 1% adult population locally, national, international, Canada, USA. And I'm speaking as somebody who was twice in past lives born in the United States of America, many incarnations, many past lives. The National Citizen Integrated Social Security Force, the Dragan Army. From 1% adult population citizens infused, amalgamated, fused with all existing public and private security forces, armed forces, local, national, international, Canada, US, Mexico, the Americas, Central, South, NATO, North Atlantic Treaty Organization, allies Israel, the Middle East, Africa, West, from Iraq, West, extending the hand of peace to the East. The Dragan Army, officially titled the International Citizen Integrated Social Security Force, will primarily function to secure the three elements of civilization. Those three elements are food, housing, and transport for all. Once we have, via public-private partnership, the Phoenix People's Party, of course, calling for the creation of a global central bank to issue a universal unit of exchange. By what I call debt refusion, a simple financial theory to put into practice of debt refusion by taking all ALL public and private debt. My private debt is X, let's say I'm X0, and my sister, friend, oftentimes teacher, for the moment the one and only financial sponsor, fourth dimension of financial sponsor to the trinity of teacher, friend, sister, anonymous. To create this unit, global central bank, issue a universal unit of exchange, what I call debt refusion, simply taking all ALL public and private debt. Private debt, mine is X0 or X1, then another friend X2, and so on and so forth, until it's hundreds of thousands, millions, and hundreds of millions of private citizens like myself in debt. So taking all private debt, which is X and X1, I'm X0, X1, X2, X2, taking all together, the total X plus X1 plus X2 plus X3 plus so on until hundreds of million, taking that number, and the public debt. The public can be the city of Hawk Island, formerly known as Montreal, headquarters of the Dancing Goddess and the Dragan Empire, but there's no official headquarters. It's everywhere under the sun, under the stars on Earth. The Dragon and the Dancing Goddess Empire are one. Although the headquarters I've consecrated, dedicated, and blessed, sanctified on Mount Royal, the center of Hawk Island, formerly known as Montreal, on Mount Royal, the People's Peace and Love Mountain now, the headquarters of the Dancing Goddess, the Dragan Empire, and the Phoenix People's Party is, although de facto, officially. So the Dragan Army, officially titled International Citizen Social Security Force, primarily secure the three elements of civilization: food, housing, and transport. Parallel, complementary, and cooperating with the Dancing Goddess Army, officially titled International Integrated Dance League. Dance, dance, dance for rejuvenation, recreation, and throughout the Empire of the Dancing Goddess and the Dragan Empire, the Phoenix to have 37 hours, 49 minutes, 42 seconds our Sabbaths for the recreation, rejuvenation, pleasure, and joy of the dancing goddess and the Dragon Empire youth and the Phoenix youth. Not only the youth, but primarily, mainly, but all ages inclusive. Almost 38 hours, almost 38. Starting at midnight every Friday and finishing around Sunday at 3 p.m. Massages, food, different genres of music, starting at midnight from Montreal and throughout the empire and the world. So back to the Phoenix People's Party and the creation of the global central bank by what I call, by my theory, putting into action, in which I've written much during the past years here in this Alkali Montreal, struggling, suffering from chronic illness and precarious work and loneliness and depression, being suicidal and ill and sick, on the streets and spent many years in the libraries of the city of Montreal. I have proof of the past years, say 7 years, I've rented so many books and went in. The libraries were like my second home as I was dealing with chronic illness and disease and depression across the great desert. Still learning every day. Still got lots to learn, many thousand million trillion questions. But nonetheless, part of the financial propositions theories that I've written is the theory to put into action for the Phoenix People's Party. It's called debt. The BT debt refusion or refusion, meaning to fuse the debt, private and public. So my private is 10,000, although I've gotten $358 from the tax return 2 weeks ago, and I've paid 156 of my debt. So 10,000 minus 156, because I got 358. Gotten 2 weeks ago, then I paid 156. Or I was 9,998. So almost by $2 on $10,000. So take minus 156. But I think I spent from that 57 already. So yeah, taking that debt is that all that public and private. The public is the city, countries, Canada, US, Germany, Israel. Taking that debt, refusing it, or private. So private would be X, X1, X2, hundreds of millions in debt, and Y would be the countries plus the municipality total national debt of Canada, 156 countries put together total. Give it the credit for the global central bank by biometrics, what I call biometrics. The hand, the eye, and the voice are unique biometrics identifier to make it more digital currency. This is my call for this public-private partnership of a bank, and the public-private partnership of this bank by debt refusion, to create the two institutions, complementary, cooperative, and correspondence. The dancing goddess army for recreation, joy, freedom, pleasure. Working out, exercising, training has been, is, and will be medicine of choice for me as dancing. That much dancing, I'm being reborn. And to organize the mass dancing events, the mass cleaning of the oceans, rivers, waterways, forests, attaining harmony between civilization and nature. Of course, the Dragon Army, complementary to secure by this public-private partnership and the global central bank the three elements of civilization: food, housing, and transport. Because once those three elements are secured, we're going to be able, myself as yours truly, Adrian, Dragon Zero, Captain General of the armies of the Dragon of the West, all ALL orders given by yours truly, General Dragon Zero, must be obeyed by the Dragon Army. Going on all, join and support the mission, vision, and philosophy thereof. to infuse and absorb all public and private security forces, armed forces, US, Canada, NATO, this new super and global force for world peace, international security, global freedom, and universal love and peace and justice, which will mainly be to secure those three elements: food, housing, and transport. Once we have those three elements secured, we can encourage people to volunteer, to work out, to train, to exercise, to keep hygienic, which I'm hoping that in the public domain of the dancing goddess and the dragon empire, one empire under the sun, that we will be keeping the protocols of hand hygiene, wash, hand hygiene, sanitize, and do a little bit of a demonstration. Rub, 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 rub. Rub, 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 rub. Rub, 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 rub. Rub, rub, rub. Rub, 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 rub. In the public domain of the dancing goddess and the dragon empire, which is one empire under the sun and the stars on earth. Dragon army, besides securing food, housing, and transport for all, we also have to encourage, maintain, support, and secure the public hygiene, ensuring that people citizens, when you go into public institution or you got to go to XYZ and get food, grocery store, etc., 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 to get your food, etc., clothes. You go in the public domain of the empire, the goddess and the dragon, the phoenix. That public hygiene is encouraged, supported, and secured. And with the creation of the dragon army that will secure food, housing, and transport if COVID variants mutate, if another pandemic hits, we'll be ready collectively, individually and collectively. Because what I'm calling for is the 1% of all willingly loving citizens to join. That's why officially it's titled International Citizen Integrated Social Security Force. Integrated Social and Security Force. Defensive, offensive, and neutral capabilities. And the paradox, of course, is the birth of the dragon army, and my calling for it, for the establishment in real time, real life. And if we go back in time, first, fortune cookie. This is wearing your mask will protect your loved ones in 2021. We'll wear masks, different masks, in public anyways, right? I'm not unidimensional. I'm not without vices. I'm not without faults. I'm not without mistakes. I'm not without errors. I'm not without dirt, if you will. Dragons, dragon army, dancing goddess army, we can get dirty, but we gotta get back clean. We don't stay filthy. Staying filthy breeds disease, germs, microbes on us, makes us sick and ill. So sure, we can get dirty, etc. in whatever way, physically, mentally, sexually, whatever. But you gotta get back clean. Soap water hygiene. Staying filthy breeds the disease, germs, microbes. For me, exercising, working out, training has been, is, and will be medicine of choice since I've been embarked on my fitness journey 3 years ago. So, lost more than 72 pounds. Back in time to the paradoxical birth of the my advocacy for the creation of the Dragan Army, officially titled International Citizen Integrated Social Security Force. October 2019. The first session of my ongoing new workout program, officially titled General War Integrated Total Body Training System, or 7 words, known also as D300 workout. October 2019, yours truly, Adrian H. Dragan, world peace advocate, independent athlete, artist, and activist, was alarmed by what was transpiring in the world. I was saying in my heart, mind, and body thoughts, was saying, my goodness, Donald Trump, his administration had put us on a path to World War III. So taking into consideration as a student scholar what had transpired up to that moment in time, namely the US-China trade war, began by the Trump administration imposing tariffs on hundreds of billions, more than 650 billion, tariffs of 10%, 15, 20, 25% on more than 650 billion worth of Chinese goods. The total number, even if it's an average of 10%, although it's more average of tariffs, it would be more than 65 billion, right? That US-China trade war, other geopolitical factors, instability, the arrest. This is another important factor in my developing of this World War III scenario, which is the beginning of the Dragon Empire, the Dragon Army, if you will. I was about 15 months up to that point in time, October 2019, embarked on my fitness journey and have documented videos. I documented my struggles, fitness journey, raw, unedited workouts, some of 3 hours long with improvised weights in this room off Sun Temple right here. And "15 months, October 2019, I was already lost about 60 pounds. Around 72 up to yesterday. I don't know, today I might have gained a few. I had breakfast. Anyways, so it was about 15 months to my fitness journey, was alarmed, world peace advocate, alarmed by what's transpiring in the world. Another factor in my developing the World War III scenario was, of course, the arrest of Meng Wanzhou. This is a biggie and important since myself am Canadian, although was North American, world citizen, LGBTQ rainbow, Androgynous, founder of the Dancing Goddess and the Dragon Empire. For world peace, international security, global justice, universal love. Although I was an American twice in past, as a matter of fact, a few 100 miles from here, 156 years ago, served in the US Army. I won't go into that story. Commission a video if you want to hear my reincarnations, past reincarnations, or sorry, you're welcome to commission a video if you will. I'm still waiting for my first commissioning of the video. If not, that's okay. I'm gonna keep on marching, keep on dancing for the Dancing Goddess and the Dragon Empire and the Phoenix People's Party right in Hawk Island, Montreal, especially on the Mount Royal. From the home of Sun Temple. October 2019, US-China trade war was alarming me, was upsetting me. I said, Donald Trump, Granddaddy Trump, have nothing against the man personally, opposed his policies, and of course, opposed many of his policies, if not 93% or more. Maybe all, hell, if I take one by one, with perhaps a few exceptions, perhaps only a very few exceptions. But nonetheless, have been an M challenging, of course, Donald Trump to a boxing match on the Canadian-US border in a ring made of Canadian aluminum and steel for world peace, the North American Union. Still challenging. Matter of fact, my friend, after times teacher, when I love him, called sister, who to that Trinity sister friend teacher as the fourth dimension to be my only and for the moment financial sponsor, only financial sponsor. One got me the gloves. Cause I got small hands, I admit it. See, I got small tiny hands. So I got the gloves, I'm gonna put these tiny gloves here, see? I got the pair, but won't reach the other one because it's. And for Donald Trump, I got official. I'm gonna donate to him. He fights me in a boxing match on the border. I'm gonna donate the life-size official IBF or official boxing glove size. So 2019 October, more than about 60 pounds down, maybe 55 up to that moment in time. Alarmed what was going on in the world. I said in my mind was saying thoughts was Donald Trump was putting the world on a path to World War III. The arrest of Meng Wanzhou, who is the chief financial officer of a corporation called Huawei, which has overtaken Apple and Samsung in recent years to become the biggest telecommunications and smartphones, specifically in G5 development. Corporation, technology, telecommunications, and hardware and internet infrastructure provider and maker of most likely hardware and G5G. Huawei. She's the daughter of the founder and was the chief financial officer. And the RCMP, Royal Canadian Mounted Police, arrested Meng Wanzhou a few years ago in order to honor an extradition treaty with the United States of America. So that triggered a diplomatic crisis, a political crisis which is ongoing between Canada and China, with China subsequently arresting, detaining two Canadian nationals on espionage charges, Canadian citizen Michael Kovrig and Canadian citizen Michael Spavor, the two Michaels, of which their trials have been close to the public, close to external observation, and close to media. So we don't know exactly their whereabouts, their health, their being well fed, where they're keeping them, cold, hot, their physical, mental, psychological condition. We don't know. My Trinity on COVID again. First and foremost, I do not know what caused COVID. A lot of people don't know for sure. We're still searching, speculating for the exact answers. Second, even though I don't know for sure, I do believe that it was transmitted from animals to human beings. My belief is snakes. Some other people say bats. Other people say rats. Other people say all sorts of animals which transmitted it to human beings. But since I don't know for sure, and although I believe it was transmitted from snakes to human beings, since I don't know for sure and my belief is not 100%, I got a trinity. First, I don't know. Second, I believe it was snakes. And third, since I don't know and my belief is not 100% confirmed, I cannot rule out another possibility, be it an accident in a laboratory, an experiment gone wrong, a bioweapon, etc., etc., etc. So that was, is, and probably will be my trinity on COVID. My trinity on COVID and aside, the fourth dimension is what I do know 100% without 1 inch of a doubt, and I've documented proof, is that in October 2019, yours truly, Adrian Dragan, world peace advocate, independent artist, athlete, and activist, began this new training system designed, created, and made to go hand in hand with a World War III scenario based on geopolitical developments up to that moment in time, and factors and crises such as the US-China trade war, the Canada-China geopolitical crises, political diplomatic crises, Meng Wanzhou and the Michaels, and what it did for that afterwards. And I've taken another historical precedent, such as the attack on Pearl Harbor on December 7th, 1941. I'm pretty sure that is the date. I don't know all the dates of all the Napoleonic Wars, the Caesar Wars, or the George Patton when he wrote his poetry. One of my favorite poems, George's Patton, Patton, American general. His poem, when he wrote it, referring to one of my favorite poems called Through a Glass Darkly. Through a Glass Darkly. Through a Glass Darkly is the name of the poem. You can check it out for yourself. I don't know when he wrote that poem. I know all the dates, but this I do know, that December 7, 1941 was the day was the Pearl Harbor surprise attack by the Japanese Imperial Army on the US naval base known as Pearl Harbor near Hawaii in the Pacific. So taking all these, like I said, I don't know for sure what caused COVID. There's a doubt. I believe it was snakes to human beings who transmitted it. Since I don't know, I cannot rule out another possibility. Matter of fact, just last night in the news, there was some intel in my brothers and sisters in the USA intelligence community, FBI, CIA, and so forth, that there were three Chinese nationals, citizens, who worked at the Wuhan Institute for Research in Viruses, Virology Institute in Wuhan, in the big city metropolis of Wuhan. 13.3 million people or so live in that metropolis. Montreal too, my Hawk Island is a 3.7 metropolis island surrounded by the big river called the St. Lawrence River. Yesterday was in the news. I was watching the news, and supposedly three Chinese nationals, citizens, and researchers at the Wuhan Institute for Virology were under the hospital sick in November 2019. Right? November 2019. I don't know. There's a doubt. I don't know for sure. I can't say for sure. But what I do know without a doubt, that yours truly, Adrian Dragan, world peace advocate, independent, artist, activist, and athlete, October 2019 created this new training system, designed, created, and made to go hand in hand with a World War III scenario based on historical events and geopolitical events up to that moment in time, which stressed me, panicked me, was alarmed. I said, World War III, Donald Trump, what you doing, granddaddy? Born with a silver spoon, anyways. Forget about all that. I've created this workout training program to go hand in hand with a World War III scenario, which in a paradoxical, providential, parallel way, in an eerie way also, resembles the COVID-19 health and financial crisis. And I've got 3 negative tests. Last week I tested negative. 2 months ago I tested negative, and in October 2020 I've tested negative. But I think I had it. Right before it was in the news, and about 37 days before it was declared a pandemic. End of January until February 20th. So about January 29th, let's say, 28, 27 maybe, until for about 22 days. 22 days. Not but periods of intensity, but from end of January until February 20th about. I was so sick, so ill, so pestilential. Death, pestilence, and disease. Thought I was gonna die. Until February 20th. I was healed on like February 20th. Since February 20th, with every push-up, every squat, every hawk, every marching step that I've been doing and documented, my workout continued, of course. But the first session was October 2019, the General War Integrated Total Body Training System, 7 words aka the 300 workout. 178 sessions of it down. That's when I was healing, February 20th, and down when I was starting being reborn in many ways. It's like I died when COVID, and even now I'm being reborn. As the sun rises and the sun sets, and it's midnight and midday now somewhere in the world. The sun is always rising and always setting. It's always midnight and midday somewhere in the world now. So now I'm doing this video now. I'm being reborn since February 20th, 2020. It's yours truly, Adrian, Dragan. Androgynous, founder of the Dancing Goddess and the Dragon Empire, and one empire under the sun, under stars, on earth, for world peace, international justice, global freedom, and universal love. The dustpan. No, do not have it. So my workout, called officially General Integrated Total Body Training System, which was made, created, and produced to go hand in hand with the World War III scenario, which in a providential, parallel, paradoxical way resembles the COVID-19 health and financial crisis and predates it by about 93 days or so. Since my first session was October 17th, 2019. It's documented on YouTube, and I've been live streaming, of course, on Facebook. And I've done about 178, 77 or 78. Yeah, I'm gonna check. I learned this for world peace. So I have done yours truly has done, and I've kept this is the binder that, again, my friend, teacher, and sister, that trinity of sister, friend, teacher, adds a fourth dimension of being, for the moment, my one and only financial sponsor, gave me this binder and this sticker, for a matter of fact, and these jeans. This I found on the streets. This I also found on the streets. The coffee I bought. So, Hawk Island, Montreal, October. The first session was October 17th, 2019. It says there in the corner, see? See, Hawk Island, Montreal. I'm sorry? I can check, sure. I can check. No, it's not here. It's not here. The dustpan, dust. White ashes. So, 17th of October, first session, squats, hawks, push-ups. The scenario, of course, so got all these pages. That is blood, sweat, and tears, push-ups, thousands of push-ups, thousands of squats, thousands of hawks, and marching steps, of course. 179th May 21st. So I've done 179 sessions. So I got 121 to go. Because of course initially I've said I'm gonna do 300 sessions of what's officially titled General War Integrated Total Body Training System. So 7 words: General War Integrated Total Body Training System. Translate of course also as the 300 workout, because you gotta do 100 push-ups, 100 squats, 100 hocks. In order to be eligible to be a member of the Dragon Army, officially the International Citizen Integrated Social Security Force. That is the minimal requirement, which are a fitness test, and that applies to all ALL current private and public security forces, police officer, local, national, international, generals of the armies of NATO, North Atlantic Treaty Organizations, general armies of the West. Must be able to do the 300, the General War Integrated Total Body Training System, created to go hand in hand with the World War III scenario, which resembles the COVID-19 health and financial crisis and predates it, which I've created, made and produced. The workout to go hand in hand with that World War III scenario, based since was alarmed by what was transpiring in the world. I've created it for such a crisis scenarios. The COVID-19 health and financial crisis is, of course. Again, I don't know what caused COVID. I believe it was snakes. I don't know for sure. I cannot rule out another possibility. That's my trinity on COVID. Fourth dimension to that, what I do know 100% without a doubt is that October 17th was the first session of what is known as the General War Integrated Total Body Training System, aka the 300 workout, of which I have performed, done, completed 179 sessions up to today, May 25th, 2021. And was created and made to go hand in hand with the World War III scenario. These are the rules of the General War Integrated Total Body Training System, aka the 300, which anybody willingly living to become a Dragon, soldier, peacekeeper, security officer of the Dragon Empire, who's one with the dancing goddess, the Phoenix Empire, under the sun and the stars on earth. You got 93 minutes to complete to do 100 push-ups, 100 squats, 100 hocks. Doesn't matter what order you do. A maximum of 13 repetitions per set, a minimum of 3. Those numbers go together, 13 and 3. A maximum of 13 reps per set, a minimum of 3. Again, 13 and 3 go hand in hand. A maximum 13 repetitions per set, minimum 3. Maximum 13. You can do 15, but you cannot mark for the count to get to 100. You can do 20, 30. Go for it. But within those rules, you cannot mark more than 13 to get to the count. So in theory, you can do 20, 20, 20 and just mark 13, 13, 13, right? To get to 100. You can do in whatever order. In theory, you can do 13 push-ups, run for 13 minutes, do 3 squats, run for 3, do 7 hocks.
How are you?
Right?
In,
in theory, you can do that. But you got 93 minutes.
You're throwing away the flowers?
93 minutes
I want the flower.
to complete it. 13 push-ups
I see one only.
maximum and 3
There. Thank you, Irma.
push-ups,
It still smells
squats or
like
squats. 3 minimum, 13 max. 13 and 3 go together.
because it got too hot.
There's another rule. 4
By
rules
the way, your lilacs this year
in between
came out
each
beautifully and they smell so nice. Last year they didn't smell.
exercise, whether you do push-ups, squats, hocks, whether you do 13 maximum or 3 minimum,
Yeah, and
or anywhere in between 7, 6, 10. I'm doing reps of 10s. 10 times 10 is 100. So You gotta march, jog, run, walk fast pace, a minimum of 31 seconds. So once you stop the clock, once you start the clock, you gotta complete it within these rules. Because for the Dragon army, you gotta be able to march, to jog, to run. You gotta be able to secure your perimeter X, Y, Z square miles, square feet, perimeter, rural, urban area, wherever you are, food, housing, and transport. Right? So you gotta be able to do the workout within those rules. Once again, the rules of the General War Integrated All Body Training System. You got 93 minutes. I'm looking for volunteers to build the app, to tell the leaders of the free world my message, which is simple, effective, and efficient. No room for interpretation, negotiation, or room for, he might have said this, what did he mean? This is my message to the leaders of the free world. Drop down, give Dragan Zero 13 push-ups with love and for the sake of world peace. Direct. No room for interpretation for it. What did he mean? Sometimes I play, I joke around. Sometimes I'm serious. Like this. A serious business advocacy for world peace, international security, global freedom, and universal justice. And I'm a universal spiritual teacher as well, but I believe my children will join me, my family, your brother, sister, mother, father. Motherfucker. I'm not a fucking dictator. We got a harmony, balance, could be public and private.
Oh, by the way, the ants are already on the window, that I'm scared of. The ants are already there, so I can spray from the outside. Just to let you know, but now it rains, so I have to spray again.
So, again, the rules of the General War Integrated All Body Training System. You got 93 minutes. For 93 minutes, start. Once you start marching, you start jogging, you start running, walking fast pace. Preferably marching, good marching like steps. Marching, jogging can be running, jogging, walking fast pace. And then you do. I recommend 5 to 10 minutes just marching once you start, or a few minutes just to warm up. And then you do squats, push-up, hocks. You got to do 100 squats, 100 push-ups, 100 hocks. 13 maximum reps per set. 3 minimum reps per set, or anywhere in between. If you do 10, you're going to have to do 10 reps, 10 sets. 10 times 10 is 100. So what I've been doing, I'm comfortable with that. But in between each set, where you do 13 maximum, 3 minimum, or anywhere in between, you gotta march, jog, walk fast pace. A minimum of 31 seconds. Minimum of 31 seconds. Marching, jogging, walking fast pace in between. There's no pause, there's no stop. I do pause when I do it 3 seconds to mark. I do, but I know the number. I do 10, 1, 2, 10 push-ups, 10 squats, 10 hocks. There's no stop. If you stop 5, 10 seconds, that's no. You have to retry. There's no pause once you start the 93 minutes timer. In theory, you can do it within those rules. In theory, I'm averaging about an hour to do it. The lowest was 37 minutes and 48 seconds, almost 38, almost 38, almost 38. The highest was about 77 minutes. So you can do it I believe you can do it probably as low as 31 minutes within the rules, because you do gotta march, jog, walk, fast spacing between each set. So even if you do the maximum 13, 13, 13, you still gotta do 13 and march, jog, walk, fast pace for a minimum 31 seconds in between each set. Whether you do squats, push-up, hawks in whatever order, where you do hawks all at once, finish the hawks, do the squats, finish the squats, do the push-ups, finish the push-ups. You gotta march, jog, walk, fast pace 31 seconds. Because it was created. Keep in mind, this is for the creation of the Dragan army. This is the minimum physical test requirement for anybody willing to become a member of the Dragan army. Right? Minimum requirement. Physical fitness test. You can be an ally, you can be a supporter, you can be a citizen subject of the Dancing Goddess and the Dragon Empire and the Phoenix People's Party. If you want to be a dragon, you gotta be able to do the General War Integrated Total Body Training System, those 7 wars, General War Integrated Total Body Training System, simply known as the 300 workout. And I gotta see you do it within the rules. Or allies create apps to do it. And in Hawkeye and anywhere, US, Canada, or allies, America, NATO, Israel, or drill you. Push-ups, squats, hawks. March 31 seconds jog, yes sir, rub, rub, soap, 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 soap. Public domain. I step outside the room, office, and temple. Right here underground, literally under the ground. Public domain. Yours truly, public, private, citizen zero of the Dancing Goddess and the Dragon Empire. Dragon Zero, Captain Founder of the Dragon Empire, General of the Armies of the Dragon of the West. Born Adrian H. Dragan, died during COVID, being reborn Adrian Hana Dragan. My name, blessings to all my allies, armies, supporters, lovers, to be able to do trillions of push-ups, trillions of squats, trillions of hawks, trillions of marching steps, dancing movements. Keep my holy, sacred, divine name out of your mouth if it's not for a blessing. Again, keep my holy, divine, sacred name, Adrian Hana Dragan, out of your mouth if it's not for a blessing. Again, for the rest, we're not my allies, armies, supporters, lovers, friends, family. Keep my divine, holy, and sacred name, Adrian Hana Dragan, out of your mouth if it's not for a blessing. To my allies, armies, bless you. Joy, health, wealth. Not just blah blah blah. Been organizations for years struggling, blah blah blah. Executive board of directors, XYZ. Confusions of confusions and theory and theory and theory, and nothing gets done. And upset, frustrated, disillusioned, suicidal, chronic illness, all alone. My allies and armies, I offer trillions of kisses, trillions of tickles, tons of massages. You got lotion on massage. Keep clean hygiene. You gotta get that vaccine, man. I'm gonna go get jabbed in a few days. Wash, wash, wash with soap in the public domain, in the public institutions of the Dancing Goddess and the Dragon Army. You gotta do hygiene. You gotta do keep it clean. Get dirty when we get clean. You know? And get dirty but we get clean. And in the public domain, hygiene, security measures enforced by the Dragon Army in all the public domain. I want to see people working out, training, exercising, and dancing, loving and massaging, and loving each other. The public domain and the private, but in the private, you just keep it private and what you want. How you do. Public, so Dragon Zero Priestess Hana wants to see dancing in the all public domain, locally, nationally, internationally, under the sun, under the stars, on earth, under the moon. Working out, push-ups, squats, hawks, Massage is hygiene, clean, clean, clean. Get dirty, get in the dust, roll over. Not a fucking dictator. Love, kiss, love in all ways, LGBTQ rainbow, but get clean, get tested. Get tested for the COVID, get vaxxed. You know? In the public domain of the dancing goddess and the dragon emperor and the phoenix people's party. Be hygiene, health, encouragement, encourage socially or whatever, incentivize to work out, train, exercise, dance and maintain and keep on building and upgrading this civilization in harmony with nature. I'll offer to my allies and armies sorrows, joys. Pack, 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 pack. So you're aligned. You up your back. You God damn, fucking hug. Fuck. The fuck are we? Spirit and matter together, join in love. New world order of peace, world peace, international freedom, global justice, international security. Your my allies, armies, friends, family, allied armies, your joy, your health in mind, body, and spirit, your strength, your knowledge, your wisdom, your pleasure. Be my number one mission, vision, and purpose. For me too. But now with the selfishness, balanced also. Right? Balancing, harmonizing the individual with the collective. Securing the three elements of civilization by a public-private partnership. And when we have housing, transport secured, we could encourage people who want to move, circulate the earth, roam the earth, eat what they will, where they will, do, etc., etc., etc. Once we have those three secured, our public-private partnership, this great covenant, the public and the private, by securing food, housing, and transport for all, and then can take it from there to the global central bank.
I have an idea. I don't know if it will work.
Your ideas are always good, and they always, mostly, not always, but mostly work on our gold. So I encourage you to do it.
Did you say something?
Nah, not that important. I just encourage you to do it, yeah.
Oh, an idea for a screen for the movie.
Oh, great.
You know this Canadian thing?
Mm.
If you turn it on the other side, it's white.
And you need white.
And it's white that you need to put the screen to protect against.
Wow.
So, it might work.
It will work.
Yeah. So if you're not in a bad mood,
If I'm not in a bad mood, yeah. What time?
if you're not in a bad mood,
Right now, I'm not in a bad mood. Okay, 8:30. Yeah. Sometimes I'm in a bad mood, man. I'm moody. I get angry. I get upset. I get lustful. I'm a human being. I've got issues. I'm not perfect. I struggled, suffered, was depressed, disillusioned with blah blah blah, with blah blah blah. But it's necessary to dialogue to understand and to move forward. But also, love is action. If I say I love you, somebody says I love you, okay, yes, that's fine, and love is action also, to do for somebody. To my allies and armies, allied armies, brothers and sisters, allies, armies, citizens, brothers and sisters of the dancing goddess and the dragon empire, the phoenix people's party. I say I love you. Bring that lotion, that vax, that clean massage. Kissy kiss, massage, 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 tickles. For those willingly loving to receive. Wash your feet. Let's go. Armies Sunday, Dragon Army line up. Dragon got 10 minutes for each. Pop up. 7 hours, 8 hours, 12-hour shifts. Bring your feet. I can wash and massage. I can wash and massage. Feet, head, whatever you want. All the body. Body is a temple for purpose and pleasure. Body is a temple for purpose and pleasure. If we're sick, if we're ill in the body, right? Sometimes we can get up, right? Fucking depressed in the fucking bed. Not suicidal. All my love urges, repressed bisexuality, repressed homosexuality, all that. It's not to be repressed. The energy force is to be understood, channeled via love and understanding. The force, the aggression force, in itself is not bad negative. Just like fire, when we use it to build civilization, maintain, innovate, create, do, or just be. Sometimes it's just important to be. Right? Freedom got tattooed there. Freedom. See, took a little pain. FREDOM. Was in New York City, a few miles away from 9/11, and he made me a discount. The gentleman was a tattoo artist because of the word freedom. He made me a half price. He said, "I'm gonna do it." I said, "I can't book you now. What do you want?" He said, "What?" It's too big. And when I said I want the word freedom, 7 words, 7 letters, that is freedom. He gave me half price. Half price. I remember he had a bomb tattooed either on left arm or right arm. It was years ago, I don't remember. But he said return to sender, and he explained to me he lost people in the 9/11 attack. Do you remember the planes, the numbers? I do. Plane 77, plane 93, plane 11, plane 175. Those were the numbers of the five, of the four, that is 4 planes during 9/11. The numbers. One was 175, the other 11, the other 93, and the other 77. So we got one plane. Now let's. Do I remember correctly? I lost a lot of memory. I believe plane 77 crashed in the Pentagon. Plane 93 was down in Pennsylvania. Plane 11 and 175 crashed in respectively each and the other towers, which were known as the World Trade Centers. So I got the word tattooed there by somebody who had supposedly lost somebody. 3,000 people died, so it's possible he lost a cousin, a friend, a lover, member of the family, or somebody who grew up with, went to high school with. He said, I lost somebody in the 9/11 attacks. I believed him. It's not. I don't remember exactly the whole conversation, but he said he lost somebody close, and he's gonna give me half price, and he's gonna stop. He stopped the other tattoo. He was tattooing. He said, I'm gonna stop a bit. He paused because he didn't have time that day, and all this and that. But when he said, what do you want? Just by curiosity. And when I said, I want the word freedom, FREEDOM, tattooed, he looked at the other. He said, you got a deal? He said, he whispered, I'm going to make you special. I'm going to give you half price. And he gave me half price, and he was tattooing somebody. He stopped, he paused, and he tattooed me here. Freedom, see? One of the best tattoos, freedom. Freedom, how do we define it? How do we maintain it? Shit, am I free of all my demons? Perhaps not. I'm not joyous all the time. Hidden fears, hidden lusts. Yeah, I struggled with prejudices, with racism in my heart, with hatreds, with envy, with jealousy. Right? I mean, we would admit. It's things we don't admit, right? Things we do in the dark. Things we lust, things we fantasize about, right? Things we do. Like somebody I remember last year, whenever they were trying to sexual blackmail something on the email I got. I did a video on it, Coffee with Dragan, the sexual blackmail. And I said, oh, good luck with that. Even if I would be on the dark web, somewhere with my tiny hands, which is it's a goddess blessed clitoris. I don't got a penis, I got a clitoris. I'm a man and woman. androgynous being. Right? I could be wearing a mask. You won't see that I have a little bit of a beard if you don't believe me. After midnight, transformed, dressed in red, scarlet woman dressed. Priestess was a woman in many lives, many past lives. Now you know my secret. How many secrets? Man, I did wrong, maybe. Everybody that I did wrong, anybody from now, May 25th in the past, forgive me. What do you want? You want me crucified? We want punishment. Probably deserve punishment. Just give myself a little slap. Did wrong perhaps to men, to women, the way I speak, sometimes lustful maybe. I was maybe gazing too much, whatever, lustful men, for women. Consent, consent, consent. But I want to love, I want to be loved. But freedom is a sword which is too heavy for me to lift alone. I can't lift it alone. Even on the strength and building up of post February 20th to become stronger, fitter with the workout. The sword of freedom is too heavy for Adrian H. Dragonborn becoming Adrian. I'm not Dragon still. And I believe by securing, I just believe by securing food, housing, and transport and facilitating people's movement to different housing complexes and ensuring hygiene, cleaning, and by securing those three elements for all in a public-private partnership, the Dancing Goddess and the Dragon Empire, food, housing, and transport, that will move a step closer towards attaining global freedom, international justice, and world peace, universal love, and harmony between civilization and nature. Right? Back to the General War Integrated Total Body Training System. As I said, so many things I don't know. This laptop, I know the company, I know I checked in the back, I know where it's made, it's produced, but all the internals of it, how does it work, my smartphone, the Wi-Fi, I know a little bit of theory, G4, how much I can learn. I can sit down with Bill Gates, Elon Musk, Mark Zuckerberg, give them some coffee, and I'll tape my mouth, because sometimes I got a big mouth, I might say something that might offend. And forgive me, everybody that I've ever offended, that I've ever wronged, ever whatever. Forgive me, I do mistakes every day. Workout General War Integrated Total Body Training System, which I've created. The first session was October 17, 2019. I have documented proof. It was created, made to go hand in hand with the World War III scenario. Now, COVID, my trinity. First and foremost, I don't know. Second, I believe it was snakes to human beings. Third, I cannot rule out thus another possibility, whether an accident in the lab, man-made virus, an experiment gone wrong, a deliberate attack even. Another possibility, XYZ's. I don't believe that for first and foremost. I don't know for sure first what caused COVID. I believe it was snakes to human beings, but since I don't know for sure, I cannot rule out that possibility. But what I do know 100%, without any doubt whatsoever, October 2019 created this new workout training program after taking into consideration the arrest of Meng Wanzhou, the US-China trade war, geopolitics, historical events such as the Pearl Harbor, and created this new workout officially titled General War Integrated Total Body Training System. And by the words you can detect the essence of the core of the workout. So it was a workout that designed to go with a hand in hand with World War III scenario for the mobilization of what I was envisioning in the scenario, and because paradoxically, providentially, in a parallel way, it resembles COVID-19 health and financial crisis and predates it by about 93 days or so. My scenario was envisioning willingly loving citizens, 1% of citizens from Canada, US, the Americas, Mexico, Costa Rica, Panama, Guatemala, El Salvador, Chile, Peru, Ecuador, Venezuela, Colombia, Brazil, Uruguay, Paraguay, the Americas, North, Central, South. Our brothers and sisters in Germany, UK, France, Spain, Italy, Portugal, Austria, Romania, Bulgaria, Holland, Sweden, Finland, Norway, Denmark, Germany, Poland, Israel, and the Middle East, and Africa, first from the West. Said that Jacob story. Jacob became, of course, Israel, the patriarch of the mysterious 12 tribes, of course, in the ancient Egypt. And you read Genesis chapter 50 and you wonder and you ask questions, but our historical origins as mankind, as the nations, peoples, and tribes under the sun on earth. Moving now, after many battles, many struggles, many suffering, towards a universal global civilization of hopefully global freedom, international justice, world peace, and universal love, which is my mission, vision, and philosophy. As yours truly, Adrian H. Dragan is being reborn, Adrian Hanna Dragan. So, General War Integrated Body Training System was envisioning, of course, in the scenario, mobilizing 1% of citizenry, creating a new institution by fusing, absorbing, and creating this new army, social security, to have both defensive, offensive, and neutral capabilities in the scenario. Dragan Army for securing food, housing, and transport, rebuilding civilization, local, national, and international for world peace. 1% of citizenry, with all existing and remaining public and private security forces, armed forces, to create this new institution. The international citizen integrated, words again, citizen integrated, for 1% of adult population to be integrated and created for the maintenance of freedom, justice, peace, to have a social purpose, to make sure food, housing, and transport are secured for all, and to that trinity, food, housing, and transport, have the liberty and freedom for people to move around from housing to housing, and food is secured, biometrics integrated with all technology, social media, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, satellites, SpaceX, Dragan Crew us up, and in the public domain to ensure hygiene and encourage and incentivize people to work out, train, volunteer, get clean, and dance and love, make love, and XYZ. So that is a spark. Simple, effective, efficient. So because of the scenario, that's what I'm advocating for in real life, the creation of the Dragan Army, officially International Citizen Integrated Social Security Force. You can be an ally, citizen, supporter. If you want to be a Dragan, you got to be able to do the General War Integrated Total Body Training System, which consists of 100 push-ups, 100 squats, 100 hawks. You can see my videos or Facebook. I do a live stream it. Within the rules, total body training system, push-up works mainly the chest, the core, and the arms, but many other muscles are integrated in the push-up. Many will tell you the push-up is one of those exercises that is almost a total body training system by itself, complemented mostly the upper and the core, and the upper body, chest, arms, core. Squat, the lower body, buttocks, that peach, thighs, the legs. So those three complements, lower, upper. That's with the hawk, both feet, the ankles. So you go on a ballerina on the toes to do the hawk. Spread your wings. Check out what I'm speaking. When I sing hawk, you become the hawk. You go on a ballet on the toes. So the laterals, the neck, as you turn your hawk heads, you become the hawk. Turn it left, right, north, south. You go on the tiptoes. Train your feet, your ankles, and your toes, of course. So those three simple, effective exercises requires no equipment. And that is the test to be a Dragan Army peacekeeping warrior soldier. You gotta be able to do it within the rules. 93 minutes, 100 each. Squats, 100 squats, 100 push-ups, 100 squats, 100 squats, 100 push-ups, 100 hawks. 13 maximum reps per set, 3 minimum. Minimum marching 31 seconds in between each squat, push-up, or hawks in whatever order. Like I said, it's not overly regimented. You can play within those rules. If you want to increase more cardio, you got to do more cardio. But the fitness test is within those rules. You got to be able to do it. Whether you march, jog, walk, fast pace, minimum 31 seconds, or you march in between each set a few minutes, You got 93 minutes to you to discover, and if you have specific fitness goals, you can work with it, play with it. It's not overly regimented within the rules. There's room for many possibilities to do it, to complete it. 100 push-ups, 100 squats, 100 hawks, and to march in between each set where you do maximum 13 or minimum 3, a minimum of 31 seconds marching, jogging, walking, fast pace. So in my scenario, that's what I was envisioning. The World War III scenario was, of course, based on real life events, geopolitical events, which had transpired up to that moment in time. So the scenario was like this: a fictitious stock market crash. In the timeline of the scenario was a futuristic timeline starting from, since in real life the first session was October 17th, it was 2 weeks in the future. October 31st, three events of the World War III scenario: a black Halloween crash, stock market crash, triggers a global financial collapse on November 6, 2019. This is the fictitious scenario, the timeline of the scenario, which subsequently the global financial collapse is blamed by China and his allies of China on the US trade war. Trump administration imposing tariffs of 10, 15, 20, 25% on more than 650 billion worth of goods and other destabilizing factors of the US-China trade war. The stock market crash that triggers the global financial collapse are both blamed by China and its allies, Russia, whatever other allies, on the US-China trade war. Global financial collapse, November 6th, preceded by the stock market crash, Black Halloween, and on November 17th, 2019, a surprise attack on North American West Coast, by China and North Korea. And paradoxically, and I have to state that on record, I am still calling for the re-establishment of cordial, mutually beneficial, and friendly relations with China. I think China is a civilization that many of us do not fully understand. My New Year's resolution for 2021 is to learn Chinese for world peace. I know how to say a few words already. Home Joe. Home Joe, which is for world peace. Probably the most important phrases that to my Chinese Asian brothers and sisters, because they're my brothers and sisters and we're humanity, one race, human race. Home Joe. Home Joe. Home Joe. Home Joe. Home Joe. Home Joe. Let's drink red wine. I know a little bit more, but I'm learning. It's not easy, but I love the language, I love the phonetics. But again, I've always said, and I said it again, that if I would have been Xi Jinping, the leader of China, and Trump imposing tariffs on me, I would have, of course, taken that act as an economic, financial, and commercial act of war. Not necessarily military, political, but an economic, commercial, and financial act of war. As Xi Jinping, because they warned us, the Chinese leadership, they said, since the beginning, since 1984, when the West, US, Canada, China, Germany, Canada, US, the West started doing business, commerce, and financial dealings with China, 84, 89, whatever, more and more increasingly since 1984. The Chinese leadership, the Chinese Communist Party, my brothers and sisters in the West, leaders of the free world, whatever, scholars, whatever, they always said, they were always direct, straightforward, and simple with us. They always said, since we started doing commerce, business, and financial dealings with China, right? They always said, we're gonna do commerce with you, the Chinese leadership, Chinese Communist Party, and Chinese business, corporate, have different system of corporation, economic leaders, entrepreneurs, and they always said, especially the Chinese Communist Party, they always said, they always said to US, to China, to Germany, to Israel, to Canada, to Europe, in European Union, they always said, we will do business, we will engage in commerce, we will engage in financial dealings with you, we'll open to do commerce, business, import, export, but you, Canada, US, free world, the West, whatever, right? But you stay out of the internal domestic affairs of the People's Republic of China. They always said that. They always said, we'll do business, commerce, open up, import, export, sure. But you, Canada, US, NATO, Europe, you stay out of the internal domestic affairs of the People's Republic of China. They always said that. They never hid it. They were always direct. Simple. Direct. They did say that since the beginning, and they kept that same line. We'll do business, we'll do commerce, we'll do financial dealings, but you stay out of the internal domestic affairs of the People's Republic of China. Now, and there's another issue, Taiwan, etc., etc. I'm not going to go into that. Paradoxically, when I've started this workout training program, was and still am a world peace advocate, primarily a universal spiritual teacher, independent artist, activist, athlete, born Adrian H. Dragan, who died during COVID, being reborn Adrian Hannah Dragan, yours truly, androgynous, pansexual founder of the Dancing Goddess, and the Dragon Empire for world peace, international security, global freedom, and universal love, and attaining harmony between civilization and nature. So that is the paradox of me beginning calling for the creation of the International Citizen Integrated Social Security Force, aka the Dragon Army, to secure food, housing, and transport, the creation of the global bank and universal unit of exchange, preferably by biometrics, eye, voice, and hand are unique biometrics, by what my theory of debt refusion, to create this global central bank, to issue the universal unit of exchange. It can be in parallel with existing currencies, securing food, housing, and transport, attaining harmony between civilization, and financing, creating an institution, neither locally, national, international, of the Dancing Goddess and the Dragon Empire, the two institutions. International Integrated Dance League, integrated all genders, all ages inclusive, the International Dance League, to dance for recreation and for the purpose of attaining harmony between civilization and nature, to mass clean the oceans, rivers, waterways, lakes, forests, chores to in a dance, 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 left to dance by dance, I'm being reborn as well, complementary corresponding institution of the Dragon Army, to secure food, housing, and transport in the public, and ensure the hygienic protocols, and encouraging people to work out, train, exercise, get fit, and love each other, respect, etc., 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 and those willingly to be social distance from others in the public domain should have that right as well in the public domain. When you step outside as a private public partnership and a public private compromise, new covenant, spiritual, social new world order of world peace, international justice, global freedom, and universal love. Right? The Phoenix People's Party, the anti-war, anti-poverty, anti-racism, pro-love, universal, revolutionary, centrist, universal, that's global, international, worldwide. Revolutionary centrist, in that the centrism is not fascist, not communist, not extreme left, not extreme right. Human race is one, birthing as I'm rebirthing with every step, every hawk, every push-up, every dance. From this, to secure food, housing, and transport, encourage people to work out, train, volunteer, and create a global central bank by biometrics, voice, eye, scan, retina, by debt refusion, taking all public and private debt, refusing it to create and finance the Dancing Goddess Army, and the Dragon Army, complementary corresponding armies. Yours truly, Adrian Hannah Dragan. Love you.